Sometimes the best drinks aren't cocktails at all, they're desserts in a glass. Today we're making something that sits perfectly right in the middle of both worlds. This is a rich, creamy, indulgent Baileys Milkshake Pitcher, a dessert style drink that's smooth, chocolatey, little boozy, and absolutely perfect for sharing. Milkshakes are already one of the most comforting treats you can make. Cold, creamy ice cream blended into a thick, frosty drink is something most of us grew up loving. But when you add the smooth, velvety flavor of Bailey's Irish Cream, the milkshake transforms into something a little more grown up and a whole lot more indulgent. This recipe is designed as a pitcher drink, which means it's perfect for parties, gatherings, holiday desserts, or anytime you want to serve a crowd without standing at the blender making individual drinks. One quick blend gives you a full pitcher of creamy Bailey's milkshake ready to pour into glasses. The base of the drink is simple and classic. Vanilla ice cream provides the thick, rich texture that makes the milkshake so satisfying. Whole milk loosens the mixture just enough to blend smoothly while keeping it creamy and full-bodied. Chocolate syrup adds a hint of sweetness and a light chocolate flavor that pairs beautifully with the Irish cream. Then comes the star ingredient, Baileys. Its signature combination of Irish cream, cocoa, and vanilla flavored blends perfectly with the ice cream, creating a milkshake that tastes almost like a frozen Irish cream dessert. Once blended, the milkshake gets poured into a pitcher so everyone can serve themselves. Each glass gets topped with fluffy whipped cream, a drizzle of chocolate syrup, and a sprinkle of chocolate shavings for that classic milkshake shop finish. The result is a drink that's thick, creamy, slightly chocolatey, and just boozy enough to feel special. It's the kind of dessert drink that works well after dinner as it does at a summer party, movie night, or weekend gathering. So if you're ready to turn a classic milkshake into a rich, crowd-pleasing dessert drink, grab your blender and let's make a Bailey's Milkshake Pitcher. Let's get started. Start by placing a clean blender on the counter. This will be the main mixing vessel where all the ingredients come together to create the thick and creamy milkshake base. Scoop several large scoops of vanilla ice cream into a bowl. The ice cream is the foundation of the milkshake and provides the thick, rich texture that makes milkshakes so satisfying. Measure the milk using a glass measuring cup. The milk helps loosen the ice cream slightly so the mixture blends smoothly while still staying thick and creamy. Measure the Bailey's Irish Cream in a measuring cup. This adds the signature flavor of Irish cream along with a smooth, lightly chocolatey sweetness that pairs perfectly with the ice cream. Set out the chocolate syrup along with a measuring spoon. The chocolate syrup adds depth, sweetness, and a subtle chocolate flavor that complements the Irish cream beautifully. Measure the vanilla extract in a teaspoon. Even though the ice cream already contains vanilla flavor, this small addition enhances the overall sweetness and aroma of the milkshake. Prepare a small bowl of ice cubes. These are optional, but can help thicken the milkshake slightly and give it an extra frosty texture once blended. Place a clean glass pitcher beside the blender. Once the milkshake is blended, this pitcher will make it easy to serve multiple glasses at once. Pour the measured milk into the blender first. Adding the liquid ingredients first helps the blender run more smoothly and prevents the ice cream from sticking at the bottom. Pour the Irish cream into the blender from the measuring cup. The Irish cream brings rich flavor and transforms this milkshake into a dessert-style cocktail. Add the chocolate syrup into the blender. As the mixture blends, the chocolate will swirl through the milkshake, creating a light mocha-style flavor. Add the measured vanilla extract to the blender. This helps round out the flavors and enhances the sweetness of the milkshake. Add the scoops of vanilla ice cream into the blender. The ice cream is what gives the milkshake its thick, creamy texture and a classic milkshake body. Add a small handful of ice cubes if you prefer a thicker, frostier milkshake. This step is optional but can give the drink a slightly more frozen consistency. Place the lid securely on the blender to prepare for blending. Blend the mixture until it becomes completely smooth and creamy. The ice cream, milk, chocolate syrup, and Baileys combine into a thick milkshake with a smooth texture. Open the blender and check the consistency. The milkshake should be thick, creamy, and fully blended with no large ice cream chunks remaining. Pour the finished milkshake mixture from the blender into the glass pitcher. The pitcher allows you to easily serve several milkshakes at once. Place several milkshake glasses beside the pitcher so they are ready for serving. Pour the milkshake from the pitcher into each glass, filling them generously. Top each milkshake with a swirl of whipped cream. The whipped cream adds a light, airy topping that balances the richness of the drink. Drizzle chocolate syrup over the whipped cream for extra flavor and a classic milkshake presentation. Sprinkle chocolate shavings or chocolate chips on top of the whipped cream for a final garnish. Serve the finished Baileys milkshakes alongside the pitcher so that guests can refill their glasses. If you're not serving the milkshake immediately, cover the pitcher with plastic wrap to keep it fresh. Place the covered pitcher into the refrigerator to keep the milkshake cold. After chilling, stir the milkshake gently to restore its smooth consistency before serving again. For a thicker frozen texture, place the pitcher into the freezer for a short period of time. As the milkshake chills, it will begin to develop a slightly frozen, slushy consistency. Stir the semi-frozen milkshake to smooth the texture before serving. Give the milkshake another quick stir before pouring fresh servings. Pour the milkshake into clean glasses again. Add fresh whipped cream to each glass. Drizzle chocolate syrup on the top for a finishing touch. Okay, some wisdom passed on from the bartender. The key to a great milkshake cocktail is balance. You want the drink to stay thick and creamy like classic milkshake, while still allowing the flavor of the liqueur to shine through. In this recipe, the vanilla ice cream creates the rich body of the milkshake, while the milk helps everything blend smoothly. The addition of the Baileys Irish cream adds sweetness, chocolate notes, and a smooth Irish whiskey flavor that turns a simple milkshake into a dessert cocktail. One of the most important things to control when making milkshakes is the consistency. If the milkshake turns out too thick, simply add a small splash of milk and blend again for a few seconds. If it turns out thinner than you prefer, add another scoop of vanilla ice cream and blend briefly. The goal is a texture that is thick enough to hold whipped cream on top, but still smooth enough to pour easily into the glasses. Temperature also plays a big role in the final texture. Ice cream that is extremely hard can make the blender struggle, while ice cream that has melted too much can make the milkshake too thin. Let the ice cream sit on the counter for about 3 to 5 minutes before blending so it softens slightly but remains very cold. This pitcher style milkshake works especially well for parties and gatherings because you can prepare the mixture in advance. Blend the milkshake and store it in the refrigerator for up to 30 minutes before serving. If the mixture thickens during that time, simply give it a quick stir to restore the smooth texture before pouring into the glasses. For larger gatherings, this recipe is also easy to scale. Doubling the ingredients creates a full blender batch that can serve a larger group. If your blender is smaller, you can make the milkshake in 2 batches and combine everything in the serving pitcher afterwards. There are also several ways to customize the flavor depending on the type of dessert drink you want to create. For a chocolate Baileys milkshake, substitute the chocolate ice cream for the vanilla ice cream. This creates a deeper chocolate flavor that pairs beautifully with the Irish cream. For a mocha Baileys milkshake, add 1 teaspoon of instant espresso powder to the blender before mixing. Coffee and Baileys are a classic pairing, and the espresso adds a slightly richer flavor. For cookies and cream Baileys milkshake, simply add several crushed chocolate sandwich cookies. This adds texture and creates a milkshake that tastes like a frozen cookies and cream dessert. You can also experiment with toppings to make the presentation even more impressive. Chocolate curls, cocoa powder, crushed cookies, or caramel drizzle will work beautifully with this drink. A chocolate dipped rim on the milkshake glass is another easy way to elevate the presentation. Another helpful tip is to chill the serving glasses before pouring the milkshakes. Placing the glasses in the freezer for about 10 minutes helps keep the milkshake thicker longer once it's served. This Baileys milkshake is best enjoyed right away while it's thick and cold. Over time, the ice cream will slowly melt, so if you plan to serve it over a longer period of time, keep the pitcher chilled or briefly place it in the freezer can help maintain the texture. At the end of the day, this drink sits somewhere between a cocktail and a dessert. It's rich, creamy, indulgent, and perfect for special occasions, weekend treats, or anytime you want something a little more fun than a traditional drink. And that's what makes the Baileys Milkshake Pitcher such a great addition to your dessert drink lineup. And there you have it, a rich, creamy, and incredibly satisfying Baileys Milkshake Pitcher that's perfect for sharing. This recipe is a great example of how a few simple ingredients can come together to create something that feels special, indulgent, and just a bit of fun. The combination of vanilla ice cream, chocolate syrup, milk, and Baileys Irish cream create a smooth milkshake that sits right between a classic dessert and a cocktail. It's thick, creamy, lightly chocolatey, and just enough booze to feel a little grown-up treat. What makes this recipe even better is how easy it is to serve. Instead of making individual milkshakes one at a time, blending everything together and pouring it into a pitcher allows everyone to help themselves. This makes it perfect for parties, family gatherings, movie nights, holiday desserts, or anytime you want to serve something a little different. The toppings are where you can really have fun with presentation. A swirl of whipped cream, a drizzle of chocolate syrup, and a sprinkle of chocolate shavings instantly turn a simple milkshake into a dessert-style drink that looks just as good as it tastes. You can even experiment with other toppings like cookie crumbs, caramel drizzle, or cocoa powder to customize the flavor. Another great thing about this milkshake pitcher is how versatile it is. You can easily change the flavor by swapping the ice cream or adding extras like espresso powder, crushed cookies, or caramel syrup. It's a recipe that invites creativity while being simple enough to make anytime. If you enjoy dessert drinks like this, it's also a great reminder that cocktails don't always have to be complicated. Sometimes the best drinks are the ones that bring together familiar ingredients in a new way. A blender, a few scoops of ice cream, and a splash of Irish cream can turn into something that feels like a restaurant treat right at home. So whether you're serving this at a gathering, making it a weekend dessert, or just treating yourself to something rich and creamy, this Baileys Milkshake Pitcher is a fun and delicious way to end the day. Thanks for cooking with me, and I'll see you in the next recipe.